Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 626 Southeast Locust Street here in Dundee. We're located at the front of the home. We're just off to the right of the front doorway. We have a 3-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. It looks like it necks out here from 3-inch to 4-inch pipe. Transitions here over to 4-inch Schedule 3034 PVC pipe. Still 4-inch. As you can see here, there is a major amount of debris buildup here. I can't tell exactly what's going on, and this is probably, it could be roots or something like that. It looks like I can see roots coming through there, kind of protruding out for some of that debris that's built up. I don't know exactly which tree that would be. There's no trees really around here. I've got to be careful going through this. If I feel too much resistance, I'm not going to shove my camera all the way through so I don't get it stuck. And my camera's kind of hanging up right here. Yeah, this is looking like we may have some roots coming through here. My camera's running into a lot of resistance here. I felt it kind of hang up on something, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to keep pushing it to the point where. Okay, here we go. Sorry, just broke through. But anyway, we have a major amount of debris collected there on the line. Looks like we might have some roots. I'll get that located here at the end. And it will require a hydrojet to probably remove all the junk from the line there, and then a rescope to see what's going on. Again, like I said, there's not really a tree here in the front yard area unless this angles hard towards the right side of the property. And it looks like it transitioned there somewhere in all that debris over to concrete pipe. And then right out here, this is the main lateral connection you can see just up ahead. And it looks like the water level here in the main is, it actually looks like the main may be backflowing into the line here. I'm going to go ahead and locate the camera head real quick just to make sure we're out in the street in line with the main. Alright, well, I did some locates here just to double check. Normally we don't have water, it looks like backflowing from the main into the line here. I just wanted to double check we were at the main. My view is obscured here by the water. But anyway, I was able to, the locate coincided with the manhole down the street. It's right in line with it. So we are at the main lateral here. It's about 4 feet or so out into the street, 4 to 5 feet on the road. I would recommend contacting the city so they are aware of this. There's a whole bunch of debris sitting here too, so it could be that there's a bunch of debris sitting in the main that's damming up the pipe and causing it to backflow into here. It's kind of hard to say. It could also be that there's, the line is settled here or something of that nature, but the water level is even with the main, so generally that means that the main is overwhelmed and it's backflowing into here. I don't see a whole lot of water movement out in the main too, which is concerning. Generally when you get out to a main, you have a fairly good amount of water movement. So it's worth contacting the city and sending the video link to them so they can check that out, and they're aware of the issue. It may have a line that needs to be cleaned out or something of that nature. Generally, I believe out here in Dundee, though, the city does maintain the line from the right-of-way out to the main lateral. Now we're going to go ahead and reel back here. My camera's got a little bit of junk stuck to it right now, but you can see the top of the pipe that there's some debris stuck there. The only way that debris gets to the top of the pipe like that is when the line gets clogged and fills all the way up and deposits it there. So I don't know if the main out in the street is backed up before and done that, or what has caused that there, but it's never a good sign when you see debris stuck to the top of the pipe like that. We're going to reel back here to where all the debris buildup is at. I'm just going to locate this real quick, and you can see how, I mean, it's just a solid blockage there. And this line is just waiting to back up. So I'm going to locate it right here. There's from about 23 feet out to about 20, it's about 4 feet of pipe there roughly. It's kind of hard to tell with all the debris and everything in the line, but there's about 4 feet or so of line there that is likely in dire need of a repair. Alright, so I located this spot here. It's in the front yard. The line kind of angles over. If you're looking at the face of the house from the street, the line angles over towards the driveway area. It's not in the driveway, but it's heads that direction. It's in the front yard, a few feet before the cinder block retaining wall. I'm picking the camera head up around 6 feet deep, and I've marked with a white X right here. I was just talking to the neighbor next door, and it sounds like recently in the past when the sellers tried to sell the place, this issue came up, and there, I guess, used to be a tree there, so that would explain why we have roots in that spot, but no tree. Anyway, a repair most definitely needs to be done here. The line is just waiting to back up. It's completely clogged. And it looks like it needs to be repaired from there about 23 feet out to about 27 feet here. So I'm going to try and locate this spot as well. I'll mark either end of the repair with an X. I would recommend a jet either way to blow all the junk out of the line. Some of it's going to be left over after the repair work. Just get all of it out of the line so it can free flow. And I recommend doing a rescope afterwards to just ensure that everything's functioning properly. With this amount of junk in the line, it makes it a little bit difficult to assess the flow. But as far as I can tell, beyond this point, I don't see any standing water until you get to the main, where it looks like the main is backflowing into this line. So it looks like it's got proper slope and grade throughout, but with the debris in there, it's hard to guarantee that. I'm having a hard time getting an accurate signal right here, and it's likely due to the amount of junk that's surrounding the camera head. It looks like it makes a 45-degree turn right about here, though, and kind of changes direction. I was getting a depth there that was bouncing around, but it was saying it was around 9 feet deep, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, being that this was 6 feet deep right about here. Well, I've mapped this thing out as best I can. I'm getting my most accurate locate here right at the beginning of the issue. Once I get beyond this point, I have to go too far beyond it to get another accurate locate to mark the end of it. So anyway, I've put a marking down the ground at either end of where the repair is at. It's about 3-4 feet of the sewer line. Starts here at 23 feet, and the camera pops out of the debris here right about 27 feet. So it's about 3 or 4 feet of pipe there that needs to be repaired. And again, I recommend a hydrojet afterwards, and then a rescope. One, to ensure that the line was cleaned properly, and two, just to make sure that you're able to get a good idea of how the flow is. But based on what I've seen here and the amount of water I put down the line, I don't see it collecting anywhere, indicating there's a belly. So yeah, definitely do a repair and a hydrojet. I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera all the way out. here's the clean out here, and the line heads over. You can almost see my paint markings on the grass, but it heads over to the corner of the property there, pretty close to the driveway. That white spot you see at the very edge of the grass is my paint marking. Again, I'm getting the depth there around 6 feet deep.